Hello, everyone. Welcome to the debut episode of Mad Overdose. In this one, we're going to be talking about what's coming out in 2010 and what's going to be coming out in the early or even late part of 2011. What we're looking forward to, what we think is going to be shit, and what we think and hope is going to be really, really good. There's quite a lot of stuff, but what have we been seeing recently as far as trailers and new games coming out? I think the first big one, the
Well,
recent one, the closest one is probably Dead Rising 2, right? I think we'd agree.
yep.
I'm actually surprised. I'm seeing like out
Uh,
of tens everywhere for something.
After that, we've got I think Castlevania: Lords of Shadows coming up after that one,
Are you
and then Vanquish.
It's like it seems to be
Oh,
the really kind
Vanquish.
of like under the radar kind of game. Everyone,
Mm-hmm.
I've not played the demo though, so I can't really speak for it. But I've heard it's actually been really good.
What else is
Hmm.
there? Coming out this year.
Cataclysm.
Fuck Cataclysm.
Oh,
World
We're not
of
going to talk
Yeah,
about
you-
WoW on this
Cataclysm.
channel. I mean, okay, this guy. I'm not a big WoW fan to be honest. I played it for a bit. I thought it was okay, and then I played it a bit more and
Uh,
thought it was like okay, whatever. My fiance
Well,
was ready
Wrath
to
of
get.
the Lich King fucking sucked. My credentials, I have 280 hunters. I raided through Burn and Crusade, did not clear Black Temple. For those who know nothing about WoW, that won't mean anything to you. For those that do know something about WoW and that raid, you'll agree with me. Wrath of the Lich King sucked. So Cataclysm is a very nice thing to hear about because, really, this series needs progression and it needs a big time or series game. But I digress.
Well, that's like the only bit of WoW discussion we're probably ever going to have on this channel.
mm-hmm.
Yep,
Me and
pretty much.
are not big WoW fans, I'm afraid. But no,
Thank God.
Rising 2 goes. Didn't you know read somewhere that they're going to have like Frank West as a kind of unlockable character or something?
Really hope so. I
No.
miss Frank.
Actually, on Hell Descent, we got news that Frank West is actually going to be appearing in $5 downloadable content that takes place after the end of the main game. So you got to pay to play as your favorite protagonist.
Yeah, it's Capcom.
Hey, he's covered wars, you know. It'll be worth.
Yeah, no, I already paid $60 to watch him cover the zombie war. I don't want to pay another $5. It's really dumb.
He's covered wars, you know. It's just crapcom.
Whatever.
It's just crap.
It's just-
Well,
Well,
have either of you guys played the Case Zero downloadable content?
I have not,
I
but
haven't
some-
yet. I've been wanting to.
some people have said it's
What?
basically they don't need to buy Dead Rising 2 because they play Case Zero. And I can kind of see
No.
I can kind of see what they're getting at because like I've got Dead Rising 1. And to be honest, it's one of those things that I'll play if I've got 10 minutes to spare and I'm waiting to play like something else. But after playing it for more than 10 minutes, I'm just like, fuck this. I don't play the
Yeah.
story. I just beat the shit out of zombies. That's everyone.
Well, see, okay,
Dead Rising.
my
I actually
my
got
experience
really
with
engrossed into the story.
yeah, my experience with Dead Rising 1 was I really liked the story, and I kept playing to see what was happening to the characters because I really like Frank. And so I bought Case Zero to,
Okay.
quench my zombie hunger in the meantime, and I played it for like 10 hours, dude, getting all the achievements. It was fun. Dude, the combo weapons are just amazing, and I really hope to see some cool stuff with him in the main game.
I didn't really like Frank West. I mean, I thought he was an ugly bitch. And as far as
He's
as far as the actual game goes, I got to the bit where like I was.
You saying he's ugly? That's like the pot calling the kettle black.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say you're English.
Fuck you. Hit begin.
Brush your teeth.
Oh, you. Dick.
I love English people, but Jack's a douche.
He does.
Mm.
He really hates us.
Anyway,
Anyways, I got to a bit on Dead Rising really early on, I think, where I'm going through like the park bit in the middle, and there's a guy well, there's several people in a jeep, and it's nighttime, and I can't hit anyone in the fucking jeep, and I thought, fuck.
ooh, that part's very difficult.
So I ran across
Yeah,
the
that,
side of
that
the
part
mountain,
is a
and I
bitch and a half.
like this guy with this clown wielding 2 chainsaws, and I just
That
motherfucker, and I just ended it there. I was like, this shit.
I love that fight, mostly because when he died, it was one of the most gruesome things I've ever seen.
Really?
Oh, I may rephrase that. Back at the time, it was one of the most gruesome things I had ever seen in a video game.
But then you saw
Nowadays,
period.
because he like falls
And then
on
I
his
played
chainsaw
Berserk.
there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, then I played Dead Space, and that game had some pretty horrific deaths.
I don't know. I wasn't really like wowed by the deaths in Dead Space. I mean, they were cool. Don't
You
get me wrong.
saw the one the final boss did to you, right?
Yes.
That was pretty fucking grim. You gotta admit.
Mm-hmm.
It would put
And it
a
was
bit down on
amazing.
your day. Let's be honest.
Huh?
It would put a bit of a crimp on your day.
Oh yeah, a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit.
Especially when you're at the end of the game.
Speaking of which, that's probably like the first game I'm going to buy in 2011.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
yes.
Dead Space. Dead Space was definitely the only real horror game we've had in the last
Let's
few
face it,
years. So
Dead Space.
Dead Space 2 is a
Resident
very
Evil.
Yeah.
Dead Space is taking over where Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I'll go
If-
back to
if-
Resident Evil 2 left off.
Well, I don't know.
Because for me, I don't know. 3 was good. Code Veronica wasn't bad, but ever since those ones, the series has been on a slump. I'm not saying 4 or 5 was really a bad game, but
No,
it was
they're bad.
just no,
They're cool.
they're fun from a gameplay standpoint. Well,
They're
not-
good until you start thinking, and then you're like, wow, this is really
Well,
fucking
5's
stupid.
co-op was fun, but any game with co-op can be fun
Yeah,
because it's
like,
the interaction.
well, yeah. It's just
You can it's
Depends
exactly.
who you play with. I personally, I have no friends, so I played Resident Evil 5 alone. And to be honest,
Which
it was
is
the most like
suicide.
miserable experiences I've had.
Literally,
in
the
gaming
first
in a long
time I
time.
played the game alone was during the Wesker boss fight at the end, where you have to shoot him with a rocket launcher. And let me tell you, that was like sticking your dick in a pencil sharpener. It was so fucking hard to do with an AI, especially since I was not used to the AI. I was playing with friends in split screen the whole time. So when the first time I played with an AI was against that fucking thing, well, forget about it.
Yeah.
I had no chance.
But then you punch boulders, and he doesn't afraid of anything. So
Exactly.
All right. Well,
yeah,
before we go
Resident Evil.
too more into Resident Evil,
yeah.
back to Dead Space
Back
2.
to Dead
Frickin'.
Space. Back to the future of
We could do a
survival horror.
series on like Resident Evil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But again, let's
Um,
look.
Well,
Let's look
no,
away from the horror
Let's not
past. and
go
look
to
at the
2011.
glories.
Still in 2010, we have like little Castlevania, which has been
Yeah,
tickling a lot
let's
of
go back to
ourselves.
2010 and do the games that are coming up first. And
Tickling a lot of ourselves. Recently, we had that Amnesia, which, to be honest, I'm gonna give like frictional games frictional, a big shout out because like they're friggin' awesome. I've like played
agreed.
Penumbra,
I've never played a single one of their games.
number ones, all the way through
Okay.
Amnesia, and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, anybody out there who has a capable PC, you need to go
Need to-
and download Steam.
To be honest,
And for like $20, get the Penumbra games, and then for another 20, get like Amnesia. Scariest survival horror games you can play.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, it brought back
Yeah.
memories of Resident Evil to me when I was a child.
Dead Space, I found it more scary than Dead Space.
Darksiders looks pretty good. I mean, that recently came out on PC, but it's been out for a while.
Yeah,
but
didn't
that's
much of it. I thought it was really bad, to be honest with you.
really.
Yeah.
I've heard some
I
mixed things.
watched a video
Like,
and was like,
It was
done.
really trying to be God of War. Like, I know you have God of War clones, but
Yeah.
it was really like the first boss was in the middle of like a New York kind of street. I mean, it wasn't New York, I don't think, but it was that kind of thing, and you were throwing cars at people. It's like something you'd playing like an Incredible Hulk game. And it's like, it didn't really do it for me, to be honest with you. But yeah, I probably didn't play it enough.
And then
Like I say, I mean, what else is there in 2010? You got Call of Duty Black Ops, I guess, but that's
Yeah.
like
No, we're not going to talk about that.
that's like a time a dozen.
it's said I'm actually gonna get it because you know what? What sold me? Wager mode. That actually looks really fun. It's got like
Well,
gun
explain
game.
because
They
me
need
and Jack
something
don't know.
really. They need something really new in Call of Duty to get me to buy another.
No,
one.
it's nothing new, but it looks fun. And a lot of my real life friends, they don't like PC gaming, so I can't play like Counter Strike with them and gun game on that. But Call of Duty Black Ops is adding classic mods from Counter Strike, like gun game, stuff like that. And I'm really excited about it
Like a-
because I mean, wager mode looks really fun. Like I was watching somebody playing through it, and it was like they got like a throwing knife, and then they got a chain gun, and it was just like, what the fuck, really?
Yeah.
It looks like it's gonna be pretty hectic.
Well, that's what I have.
And then they have another mode that's like you have a firing knife and a single bullet and a handgun, and you have a knife and a single bullet in your handgun, and if you get a knife kill, you get an extra bullet for your handgun. It actually, I gotta say, wager mode looks like it's gonna be really fun. They're adding
It
some
actually
serious-
does sound kind of cool.
like they're like look it up. I highly recommend looking up. Like that actually is what sold me on Black Ops because it seems like they're trying to do something new with the series with it. Because there's a
I'm
bunch of
gonna say-
different little sub modes
I'm gonna
with
say-
it that actually,
Gran
What's up?
Turismo 5, but I'm a bit of a race fan, so
yeah.
plus I've been waiting for fucking ever for Gran Turismo 5. Seriously, the guy who makes that fucking game,
I actually recently got
I'm-
Gran Turismo for PSP, and it actually got me interested in Gran Turismo again.
Well,
Like,
I'm waiting for Gran Turismo 5, but this guy is a fucking. I'm a perfectionist, but this guy is a fucking ridiculous. Like, seriously,
yeah, this guy will stop at nothing short but absolute
he wants perfection.
just.
And it's like, seriously, there was that article that say, like, he spent 2 years making a racetrack for the game. I'm like, fuck's sake, no, you didn't. You probably spent, like, a week combined, like, making the
Hey
fucking
man, he loves racing. See, that's what I'm gonna do with my games, dude.
passion.
I've had like this little story I'm writing. I've had in my head since I was a freshman in high school, and I'm going with it. You know, I'm like making sure there's no holes in it, all that good stuff.
Yeah, but at the same time, you gotta release the fucking game. Like, to be honest, this was a game that was announced before the friggin' PS3 was announced. Like, or before it came out, so.
Yeah,
It's been a bit ridiculous now, but finally it's got a street date of like November 4th, I think.
all right.
So it's about.
Yeah, but shouldn't we move back to Castlevania?
Well,
Yeah,
Before we
well,
keep
okay.
going off.
You know
on
what,
these
I
other
actually
things.
would really like to go to Castlevania. I am going to pull up my credentials here of I am an errant Castlevania fanboy. I have been practicing speedrunning several games of the series. I've actually even done a marathon for charity of the game series, trying to raise
Dude,
money.
that's awesome.
I actually raised
For the
$500. I $500 for scleroderma research, which is actually a disease my grandma died from. Not trying to be a downer, I'm just explaining it. So here's my credentials. I'm a Castlevania fanboy, and I think Lords of Shadows looks fucking badass.
it's
A
also
lot of
Kojima-
old school Castlevania fanboys are like, "Oh, it looks fucking stupid. It's nothing like the old games." Well, you know what?
Is it you expect?
The old games are old. You know, like if you want those old game styles, there's the Adventure Rebirth, which was released very recently on WiiWare, and let me tell you, it's pretty awesome, and it's just like the old ones.
And a symphony.
But I don't want them. And also, Castlevania Harmony of Despair, released on Xbox Live Arcade recently. It's a 6-player co-op side-scrolling Castlevania gameplay. Their game, blah, and it is really fun. And they're supposed to be releasing DLC, which adds new characters and levels. So
Seems like there's a lot to check
yeah,
out if you.
there
really
is
want-
still a lot to do for Castlevania in the old school style. So it's actually pretty good that they're releasing a brand new game, a reboot that's got a different gameplay style to
Well, it's
it.
it's only because it's 3D, and let's be honest, the 3D incarnations of Castlevania have not been good in the past.
They weren't that bad. They really weren't that
Well,
bad. They
let's be
weren't
honest,
good.
Okay, let me
But
let me get to my Castlevania credentials. I played that. I forget what it was, but it was a PSP 2-in-1 game pack, and you had one of those 3D ones. And in order to get the other game in the package, you had to find a secret level. That was stupid, but the 3D game was extremely hard. Like I know Castlevania has a rep, but this was
Dracula
stupid.
X Chronicles?
Yeah, that's it. I think-
Yes,
yeah.
that's it.
It wasn't that bad. It was a remake of Rondo of Blood, which was on the PC engine.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Well,
And to unlock, it was Symphony of the Night is the one that you unlock. You could also unlock the original Rondo of Blood. You didn't have to get a secret level. There was a secret item you had to get to unlock it, which wasn't the main
that's
selling
stupid.
point of the
They
game.
advertised 2 games on the case. Not,
Yeah, that
here,
I'll
we're gonna
agree
give you
with
2
you,
games, but
right?
you have to really hurt yourself to get the other game.
But I hate to say it, for me, I already had that game on my like I have the original Symphony of the Night on my PlayStation 1. So for me, it was mostly actually being able to play a localized version of Rondo of Blood, which Dracula X Chronicles for the PSP was the first American release of the game. And it has been, it was one of the games that was widely regarded as the best traditional Castlevania side-scrollers. And I've got to agree with them. That has a very good mix of old school difficulty with, you could see a lot of the groundwork for character designs were laid out in Rondo of Blood for Symphony of the Night.
Have any of us actually played the new Castlevania demo?
There's a demo out?
Wait, is it out?
Yes, for fuck's sake. I think it was like.
Okay,
Random.
okay, you guys keep this
I-
going. I'm gonna go turn on my PS3 real
I'm
quick.
sorry.
Okay.
I would download it right now, and I would have known, but I've been in the process of moving, and all my shit is at the house I'm moving to, and right now I'm
Yes,
at...
packed away because Nick, you're moving to like Tennessee, is it?
No, I'm actually moving 2 towns over and with my brother. I'm not making the major
Bit of text.
yet.
So my PS3's packed away. What's your excuse, Taylor?
I'm
Sucks.
talking to you guys. I really want to go over to my table right now and turn it on.
Too busy.
Go do it. This is important. That's important.
No, I'm gonna stay here. But
Take too long to download. But
let's see my views on what I think
what
about the new
you
Castlevania
expect
game.
from it?
Well, first off, my only real experience with the series,
Difficulty.
my first experience was the first 3D one on the N64, which I love as a child, and I still love it. And then I played some 2D ones, and I can't say they're bad. They're really good.